my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to tell you about the 25 books that I asked for this Christmas. So I almost never get books from friends, family, whatever, for anything because nobody knows like what I have, what I want, what I don't want. And my mom asked this year, are you wanting any books? And so I said, well, yes, and yes. And there's a handful of books that I've had on my list for a while, and I have not been finding them in the places that I go. So I gave her a list of 25 books, and I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys what those books are because they are all over the place. So let's just hop into it. Obviously, I don't have any of these books, so I'm going to put pictures up. But let's see. So the first one I asked for is Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell. So this is about a couple who like they were, I don't know if they were ever together in high school or just kind of like friends, crushes, whatever. And now they're back. They have to reunite, like they're both back at a high school reunion or something and sparks fly. I love The First Love, Second Chance. And so, yeah, there's that. Then we have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So this one, I actually am on the fence. I want it. I would love to read it. I'm on the fence of if I think I'm going to need to own it. But it is about a couple who share an apartment, but there's like a time warp going on where they're 7 years difference. I'm assuming I'm going to have to suspend my disbelief about some of it. But anything that plays with time like that is just really interesting to me. Then Through the Snow Globe by Annie Raines. So Glenda, if you're watching this, I think it was you that recommended this a long time ago, and I have not found it. So it says it's a combo of It's a Wonderful Life and Groundhog's Day, and she keeps reliving the day that her fiance got hurt or something. So I don't know. Again, playing with time. I love Groundhog's Day. I love It's a Wonderful Life. We're doing Christmas with my family a little bit before Christmas, so if I happen to get this one, I'll still have time to read it. Then we have When the Day Comes by Gabriel Meyer. This one is a Christian fiction series that is all the buzz right now. And the whole series, I think number 4 is just about to come out. And they all take place in, I think, at least 2 timelines. And I got this one on Kindle, but I really want a physical copy. And it is, this is 1774 Colonial Williamsburg in 1914 New York City. And I don't know if I would be as interested in this without all the buzz, but now I just have to know. And so there it is. Then the last one by Will Dean. This is a kind of, I don't know if it's sci-fi or what, but it is about a woman, or just thriller. But a woman wakes up on a cruise ship and she's all alone. Everyone else is gone. Her fiance or husband or whoever she was with, and everyone else is gone. She's on a cruise ship by herself. That sounds awful. Then we have The Pact by Dawn Goodwin. So this is about 2 women who become friends and I think make a pact to kill each other's husbands. I always think these are kind of just a funny, like, I don't know, funny, sinister, whatever, like kind of, I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of, but like they're just a good time. Then we have Up from Dust by Heather Kaufman. So I have also gotten into biblical fiction this year, and this is the story of Martha. Martha and Mary are Lazarus' sisters, and Martha is a doer, whereas Mary is very peaceful and much more into presence. And that is something that I struggle with so much, especially right now. I'm really feeling convicted on that because we have our 4th baby, and things there's just so much to do, but there's also so much sweetness to just sit and enjoy this time. So I'm interested to hear more of Martha's backstory. Then Pandemonium and Requiem by Lauren Oliver. So I read Delirium, which is the first in the series, this month or last month or whatever. And I'm interested enough that I want to finish out the trilogy. There's a ton of novellas that come between, after, all the things, and I don't need that. I'm not even sure that I'm going to love the rest of the trilogy, but if I do, I want to have them all, so there's that. Then The Marriage Act by John Mars. So truthfully, I told her anything by John Mars except for this, and this, the ones that I had read. But The Marriage Act is an interesting dystopian about a government that punishes people for staying single, and I think it follows 4 couples or whatever. It's in the same world as The One, if you've read that, and I think there's kind of a big brother element, of course, because the government is controlling things they shouldn't, and there's that. Then The Passengers by John Mars, which is about 8 self-driving cars, and they're on a collision course, and what's going to happen, I don't know. Then The Family Experiment, which is also back in the world of The One and the Marriage Act. And this one is about, like, the world is overpopulated, I believe. And so people can't have babies. And so they're doing, like, virtual babies. And then you, like, I think it's maybe illegal to have babies. I don't know. Just sounds fascinating. I love dystopians, and John Mars, I feel like, does it well. Then another author that I just want to read more from, and so I kind of said really any by her except for this list, is Lucinda Berry. So we have The Perfect Child, which is about a doctor and his wife who adopt or foster a patient who needs a home. And I think things like the girl got it out for the wife, and the husband doesn't quite believe it. I'm not sure, but the less I know, the better. I've heard nothing but good things. Then with her also, we've got, let's see, I also listed The Best of Friends, which is about 3 moms and their sons. One's dead, one's in a coma, and one is traumatized. So as we find out what happened that night, do we know her kids? Do we know each other? Sounds interesting to me. Then Keep Your Friends Close by Lucinda Berry. This is about a woman who ends up dead in her own pool and the suburban mama drama that follows. And Off the Deep End is about a woman who crashes into the lake, and she's in the car with her son and her son's best friend, and she thinks she saves her son, but she actually saves her son's best friend. And then the best friend goes missing. I have no idea what's going on there. Then The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. So this is an old dystopian about girls who at the age of 16, they are, like, sent off for a year because they're, like, temptresses or whatever. And I think not everybody comes back. Then Things I Want My Daughters to Know by Elizabeth Noble. So I think this is a fiction book about a woman who has 4 daughters and gets a diagnosis. And so now she's writing letters to her 4 daughters about life stuff. And I don't know that I would read this soon because I have 4 daughters and a little bit of postpartum anxiety about, like, something happening to me. And so this, I feel like, would be my nightmare come true, but also sounds like I'm already emotionally invested and I haven't even read a page. Then In the Field of Grace by Tessa Afshar, or anything else by her. In the Field of Grace is a biblical fiction about Ruth, which is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. It's one of my daughter's names, and I love it. Then I said Reckless Love by Kate Goodwin. So this is one that I'm not sure where I heard about it. A couple Christian fiction booktubers that I follow have talked about it. It's a Christian fiction about motherhood and 2 women bonded over a child, and it's a redemption story. So it was enough to sell me and put it on this list. Then In Every Life by Rhea Fry, or anything else by her that I haven't read, because this one is about a husband and wife, and the husband gets, like, a cancer diagnosis or something, and he wants his wife to start, like, dating before he's dead. And I think the, like, one who got away is an option. So that's a really interesting spin on First Love, Second Chance, and I'm not sure how it would go, but I love Rhea Fry. Then wait. Christmas with Tucker, A Christmas Home, and Noel by Greg Kincaid. So I just recently read A Dog Called Christmas, and I loved it so much. So there's a prequel and then 2 sequels. So I want all of those because it was just so sweet and cozy. And A Dog Called Christmas is a, like, novella, I think, because it's like 200 pages. These are all, I believe, full-length novels. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I want to know what happens because it follows A Dog Called Christmas follows a family who adopts a dog for 2 weeks over Christmas and then fall in love with the dog. And in the prequel, we find out about the dad. He had some trauma in his past with dogs. And then in the sequels, it follows the mentally handicapped son as he does different things. So I really want to know more about this family. And then With Every Memory by Janine Rausch, maybe. This says, after a tragic accident robs her of the last 9 years of memories, Lori Menderhall comes home to a family completely different than she remembers. So one of my favorite books is What Alice Forgot by Liane Moriarty. And basically it's about this woman who falls off a spin bike, and wakes up and doesn't remember the last, like, 10 years of her life. And it was just so interesting. I loved it. And so this sounds similar, and it's got well over a 4.0 rating on Goodreads. So I am hopeful that I will love it. I think it's maybe Christian fiction, so I'm not sure. But Okay, so those are the 25 books that I asked for. Do I think I'm going to get them all? Absolutely not. Some of them are, like I said, completions to series and just motivation to finish those series. Some are Christian fiction, some are biblical fiction, some are thrillers, some are dystopian, just all over the board, as I always am. So what are you guys asking for Christmas? Do you ask for books? Like I said, I typically don't. But my mom asked, and so there's the list, and we'll see what happens. I should put a rule, and I may have already put a rule that, like, don't spend over $5. If you can't find it for less than $5, don't do it, because I love a used book, and paying full price is just, I'm such a cheapskate. So that's it. Let me know what you're asking for Christmas. Let me know if there's any of these that I should read, even if I don't get them. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.